Today we are going to build with Enchanted by Nature for the first time. I have got super early access to this pack thanks to the EA Creator Network. To be clear, I'm not being paid or anything. I was just given the pack early. And when you're seeing this, I've already posted a couple of things with the pack, including a full review and a full playthrough. So I'll link those down below. But today is about building. I kind of lied earlier when I said it's my first time building with the pack because I did make one other house, but it was like midnight. So I feel like it doesn't count. The plan for this video is to make a sort of like whimsical cottagey house in this neighborhood called Spruce Dairy Grove. There is normally a starter home on this lot, but I bulldozed it so we can make our own. And I have a handful of Sims that I made to live here. If you watched my full playthrough video, you might have seen these Sims, but this is kind of like the extended family of the Sims that I want to do my playthrough with. This is Maeve. She's kind of like the fairy godmother, fairy grandmother, if you will. So she's supposed to be like a pretty successful apothecary. She lives here with her son Killian and his family. He is not a fairy, but he is mystical. So he's got like a little bit of his mom's magic, and he is a chef. He's married to this Sim called Arthur, who is a writer, and together they have 3 kids. The first one is Aoife. She's a plant lover. She's got a little sister called Caitlin, who is a fairy. I haven't seen what happens when fairies are like babies or toddlers when they're young yet, so I'm kind of curious to test that out with Caitlin. And they also have a baby brother who's an infant called Rory. So we're gonna need a kind of big house for all of these Sims. I think a few of them could probably end up sharing bedrooms if we need to. This is what our lot looks like. It's only 30 by 20, but it is a really cute neighborhood. The park is right next door. There's like a little playground across the street. Way over this way, there's a rabbit hole bookstore where you can donate books and also purchase used books. There's just an apothecary table and like a little apothecary stand out and about in the environment. So it's not a bad place to live. All right, well, let's see what we can manage here. I do think that I'm gonna, oh, that's so annoying. Build the ceiling at the same time. I know we had talked about really trying to have that sort of like cottagey energy to this. I think that's gonna be really nice. I think I need to make it a little bit bigger upstairs if we can, just so we can hide like maybe 2 bedrooms upstairs. We'll see how that goes. It might not end up being big enough, but we can always expand it if we need to. I also kind of want to have this tower. I don't know how this is gonna work. We'll have to see what the roof does, but I think that could be kind of fun. We can have like an addition over that way. The more we put on the back of this, the like scarier it starts to feel. It's quite big. I don't know if the roof is gonna look cute with there being this much space downstairs, but you never know. Oh, that seems like a bug that shouldn't be happening. Wait, you can't even turn that off. I have encountered some issues already. We'll talk about that. That's the small business outline, and obviously we don't have businesses and hobbies installed, so you shouldn't be able to see that. Okay, I made it even weirder. Just hear me out, hear me out. Okay, this is gonna be a chimney, and I think I might get kind of a cool little bump out right there. I have a vision in my head. You might not be able to see the vision in my head right now, but just trust me, because I swear it's gonna be cool. Okay, so we are starting by putting this roof like all the way across this way. And then I know I want this part to be like really tall, so we can raise this up and then we can kind of curve it in a fun way. I don't know if the curving is really gonna work for us on the top here, but I'm gonna try it. Maybe this part could curve kind of funky too. Oh, that actually looks really good. You see the roof line there? That's perfect. Okay, see, this is like the whimsical cottagecore vibe that I was trying to go for. I think this should be even taller, same as you. Okay, I am feeling a little bit unsure about the width of this part. I feel like maybe we wanna extend the whole thing out just a little bit more. That's probably for the best because it means the upstairs gets a little bit bigger. But I just feel like this needs to be taller, so we need more space. Okay, this part could also potentially get a little bit bigger. If we really wanted it to, it could be like 3 tiles wide, I don't know. And then I sort of thought that this thing would be like that tall, but now I'm kind of unsure if I should have done that. I don't know if it's like too bland or not. Also, I don't really know if we can fix the clipping on these as well as I normally would. Okay, just as like an example, usually I would do it like this, and then I would shrink this part. But do you see how it gets kind of weird because of the curves? You can't really do that now with it being curved. So we might just have to deal with the clipping, which is pretty annoying, and I'm really sorry about that. We kind of have to choose. Do we care about clipping or do we care about it being whimsical? And I think I'd rather it be whimsical. Maybe I could try the roof like that instead. Maybe that looks a little bit better. It's also bigger, which might be preferable. I could probably fix this part's clipping because it doesn't need to be in the front of it. I don't know if that makes sense, but like basically this covers it. So we can stop the clipping there. And I could probably stop it a little bit back here too. That looks really cute. It's so strange. Okay, I put this roof right here. I think this one can get expanded outward. Maybe I'll just copy this roof again. Oh my God, the side of it looks so odd. It's really strange. That's okay. I fixed the chimney too, so that looks a little bit nicer. Looks kind of like a mushroom on this side, doesn't it? All right, let's raise the whole place up on a higher foundation because I want to get as much of the moss as we can. Maybe that was too high. I don't really know what swatch I want to use. I guess I like the default darker color. Okay, let's look at windows. So in the other house that I built last night, I used this window set. So I'm kind of thinking that in this house, I'll use this one. How does that look from the inside? Ooh, it's kind of like dirty. Oh my gosh, look at the fairy swatch. I actually haven't seen that yet. I don't know what to do about the windows on this part. I kind of like them being a little bit of a mixture in size, but I don't know. I also kind of had this idea when I set out to build this. I was picturing there being like a sunroom kind of thing in the front, but I'm not sure if that's too weird because it's not as like funky and, dare I say, whimsical as the rest of it all is, but we could probably make it feel more whimsical with more columns and stuff. I feel like with the right amount of columns, we can fix it. You can do anything with the right amount of columns. Okay, I'll put the bigger columns like on this part. Oh my gosh, look at how cool that looks with the spandrel. Are you kidding me? This is so fun. It's always so fun to use new stuff in a Sims build. They do have some really big doors and they have these cute little ones. I think I kind of prefer the little one for the front door, but maybe we could put the bigger one in the back. Okay, this is like a little bit too big, this window. It's like slightly too large to go right there, but I feel like we should just do it anyway, because look how cool that looks. This tall, skinny window would go really nicely right there. Oh, that makes this part look kind of puny, doesn't it? Should I extend this? Will I regret it? I don't know. Oh, actually, if I extend it, I can fix the clipping. I don't know if I like the back that much, but I guess it also doesn't really matter, and it'll come together a bit more once we have more of the wallpaper on. Right now we have none, so that certainly won't help. What the heck? Are you seeing this? It doesn't want to place. Maybe I should save. I felt like a weird glitch. Well, I might do the windows like that again. What happens if I use this fairy tale freeze? Okay, wait. My goal is to do something kind of sneaky, so I need to unlock the freeze, and then I want to try and like sneakily place it on the corners of this. I might have to put that back a handful of times, but doesn't that look cool? And then if we just put like a wood color behind it, you can't see that it needs columns on the edge, and it's perfect. I think that I would very much like to have this like really deep green color on a lot of the house. Probably not everywhere, but on a lot of the house. Maybe I should pick the roof first. I have not used this roof color yet. I used the grass roof on my other build, so I'm trying to have like a mix of the different textures. Oh, wow. I really like this trim. I like how it's got a little bit of a subtle detail on it. Okay, now we gotta try and figure out where and how everything goes together. I feel like this part should be kind of mossy, and maybe this tower can be like the green color. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe the tower could be wooden. Okay, I think I like that. And we can use this wood color over here. This is gonna be a really expensive house. I can already tell we're gonna be like cheating for so much money. But that's okay, because the goal was not to make a cheap house. The goal was whimsical cottage. We never set a budget. Oh, you know what I didn't even consider? We have this wallpaper. That's like all glass. Look, when you're in it, it kind of looks like a window. You can't put the columns on the outside with how I have the freeze. I feel like if I could have columns there, I would like it better. Should I just try it? I mean, I haven't used it yet, and I don't know when I will use it, if not now, so I guess we might as well. Okay, I feel like this part needs to be the shingle texture. So this is what I have in terms of color. I actually am not really enjoying this thing. I might make that just like the dark brown again. I really actually don't like the beige stuff. Okay, I think the whole house is painted. Let's make sure we get some nice flooring. I guess we could just do the grass on top of there because it kind of has like a grass roof sort of texture, and then this part can be wood. I guess the whole inside can be wood too. Okay, here's something that has made me really, really mad as I've been trying to build. You might be thinking, wait a minute, you're in the wall sculptures category and there's nothing there. You might be thinking, well, wait, where's like the wall plants and the wisteria? Yeah, I've been asking myself the same thing. They tagged it wrong. You have to go into the indoor wall decorations to be able to access this stuff. Who knows why? It makes absolutely no sense to me, but that's where you access it. But I am now gonna go through and start putting loads of this outside. There's two different kinds of it as well, which kind of bothers me a little bit, but I'm trying not to like dwell on that too much. Does it look dumb if you combine the two of them? Because I feel like it's looking a little bit weird. Oh, we should totally use this over here. How far can you scoot that and have it not clip? Like right there? It's cutting it a little bit close. Oh, I love how this little guy looks. We can put that up here. Okay, I'm basically putting this stuff like everywhere. Everywhere I can fit it, it's going. Maybe we could put this little balcony guy on this side too, because that adds some more dimension out there. Okay, and then fences. I feel very complicated about this fence because like on one hand, I think it's so cute. I honestly like really like the colors of it. It's just that like every time they do a fence in this game that has flowers on it, I feel like it kind of puts you in a box because it looks really repetitive, and also you only have so many swatches. So I feel like I often end up not liking it when they do that, but I'm gonna try and make it work out here. So weirdly also, there's no plants in the plants category. There are plants in the roof sculptures category. Well, maybe I should have used this. Oh, see, we discovered something. Can I put that up here too? Or is that weird? Oh, it doesn't fit. Maybe I could put it like right there. Oh, I kind of love that. They also have like a little funky chimney, but I'm not gonna use that on this one. But see, look, we have these two plants only tagged as roof sculptures, not tagged for regular landscaping. Definitely an oversight, and they'll probably be able to fix that, but it's just one of those things that when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, there's no landscaping in the entire pack. But actually there is some landscaping in the pack, you just can't see it. And there is quite a bit of debug landscaping, so we do have that. It's also good stuff, like they have this new low-lying bush. Huge day for me who uses this kind of low-lying bush in like everything I've ever landscaped ever. I think I might put a pond in this yard. I didn't put the house on a hill or anything, and I think I might like to have a pond, so I might add that in a minute. I'm gonna start with trees though. I love this new tree. They've got this around a few places in the environment. You can kind of see it back there. Too bad we didn't get it in regular build mode. I don't really understand why they do this, but they do it all the time. Specifically with landscaping too. I guess they just don't really want to give us the good stuff. I know it's because they're making this for the environment and they like don't make it the same way that they make a regular build item. So they'd have to kind of like edit it and convert it and stuff. It's got like something to do with poly counts and like various things like that. But I really feel like it's a huge mistake with like every single pack. I really think that they should be making these real. This is a pretty nice debug bush too. We have this one already in debug. I think they originally made this one for Snowy Escape, but it's a nice size, takes up a lot of space. It's pretty easy to use too. Oops, except you don't want to fit right there. I'd like to use one of these, but they only come in blue, pink, and purple. They don't have like the yellow color that matches our house, or red. We do have some of these, my beloved little debug flowers. These are so good. We have also had these before. They originally made these for cottage living, and I feel like it's possible that we've had this thing before too, but I can't really remember. Just like a little bush. Ooh, this could be good to fill in back here. I like this one. And you can place this in a lot of spots where I didn't really think it would fit. Okay, how about this weird little guy? It's definitely helping with the whimsy that we've been talking about. That is weird. I like how it fills in a bunch of space though, so it's good for some of these big open areas. It also kind of leans outward, so we can put it there and have it take up a lot of room. And then this thing, this is just regular landscaping, so I don't need to scroll around and debug anymore. I can just place it. Okay, I've placed that around in a lot of the outside area. Now I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put it in red, and I'm gonna use that in a whole bunch of other open spaces. I feel like it's making this noise, like the roof piece noise. Is it really only a roof piece? Oh, I missed a plant back there. Like that's kind of a different noise than landscaping usually makes. I mean, you can probably hear it. Very strange. I wonder why they did it like that. Doesn't really make much sense to me. Is that clipping? Oh, it sure is clipping, like so much. Maybe the kitchen will be right here though. We can come back to this because we can, well, actually it can size down one, never mind. I am kind of obsessed with how the landscaping turned out. This is so fun. Let's put a little pond in. Oh, maybe I'll save. If we're gonna do pond, it's gonna have to be real small back here. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's so pointy. No, maybe this is less pointy. It's still kind of pointy. I guess that's okay. Are there any little benches? Oh, perfect. We can put this back here. Maybe the water could be kind of like a mossy color. Can you even put the log in there? Yes, but barely. I like it though. I think it's fun. Might regret this, but I'm gonna do all the terrain paint right now too. I just want to see the outside like fully complete. You really cannot scroll back this far. It's kind of strange. It's like stopping my camera. I missed a spot for flowers. Every time I do landscaping like this, I discover all these places where I like didn't quite finish it. I was gonna put the swing set, but since they have one just across the way, I think I won't add one to this lot, but I am gonna put a bunch of little planter boxes, basically just kind of around in this back corner so that we can grow a few different plants that we need for the apothecary skill. And then we also have this fairy house, so I'm gonna put that in the backyard too. And I'm gonna cheat for money. The last thing I probably need outside is the trash can, and I'll just hide that back by the gate. I'm gonna move the mailbox to be like closer to the front, and then I'm putting a really light path to get up to the front door. Look at this little light. It's like a fairy house. They call it the Fairy Haven light. Okay, I think now the entire exterior is done. Let's start talking about the floor plan because we haven't even started the inside. So the staircase is kind of gonna be the defining factor here. Wherever the staircase fits is probably where we should put it. I am wondering about putting it like right there. No, never mind. Didn't like it. I wonder if it could actually go like right here. No, don't like that either. Okay, what about like this? Because this could be a bedroom with an ensuite bathroom. Maybe we should make the staircase like more of a square shape. Ooh, wait, that's perfect. Okay, this is kind of a small room over here, and they don't have a ton of windows. I could probably get a little one and like have that go up the whole wall. Also, this is real annoying, but it's just gonna have to be like that. We could just temporarily shove it forward a little bit and then put it back later on. But I'm gonna use these like super cute little fairy doors. This could be the primary bedroom, and they have an ensuite bathroom. And then maybe this could be like the nursery for the infant. Downstairs we need grandma's room, the kids' room, and the toddler's room. And also maybe like some kind of apothecary room of some sort. I don't know. Okay, I'm wondering about these down here. Like maybe this could be the other two kids' rooms, and then grandma can have this fancy room because she's a fairy, so this room having like the fancy glass window kind of works for her. And then the other two kids can have these two. We need to have a bathroom downstairs. I don't love the idea of the bathroom being like such a weird shape, but maybe it could be kind of cool. Like maybe this whole thing is the bathroom. We could even use like the grassy floor tile. The bathroom suddenly has a second story. Or, oh, maybe, you know what? Maybe this could be a bedroom. No, but the bathroom can have a second story. It's fine. So it's a 2-bathroom house. I think we need to use the archway from Enchanted by Nature just because we haven't put that anywhere yet. So it has to be done. I think that the living room is probably just gonna be in this space. This can be the kitchen, and maybe we can put the apothecary stuff in the kitchen and she can just use the kitchen for it all. The living room is really small. Maybe I should have made it bigger. Okay, the bathroom probably could go over there because that opens up some more space for us with the doors. Okay, this is super tight, but they can still get through it. I feel like we should try to use like the deeper reds and greens. I really honestly am not loving any of the swatches on that couch. I kind of want like a deep brown couch color. I want it to feel a little bit darker in this house. I have this red chair that has a ladybug, so we could do that. Don't like the couch. Maybe we could use just the base game couch because that has like brown and yellow. Oh man. I really have noticed myself struggling with some of the furniture in this pack, which is such a shame because I really had high hopes for it. You just don't want it to feel like it's a struggle. Like that's terrible. Table is probably too big with the front door, which is a shame because I would love to have a big table. Maybe I could scoot it over there. They can still access it, but there's like plenty of walking space. Okay, I'm gonna see about wrapping the counters around this way, or at the very least, maybe I could see about putting the fridge right there. I think I'll just use the base game, like kind of old-timey looking appliances in here. I like the gold. There's like a nice shelf on this piece. That works. Okay, apothecary table. Kind of blocking the window. Wouldn't say that's perfect, but you know, what are you gonna do? And then they have this like apothecary cabinet. Maybe I should scoot it all over a little bit so I can fit it better. Does this need to be way over? Okay, look at this. It's like a decorative tile. So we could put that as a backsplash. I think maybe like one house plant in the kitchen could be kind of nice. I need to make sure we leave enough space for them to cook. If I put this kitchen sink, does it come in the same color? Oh, it does. Well, the stuff like the kitchen set does blend together pretty nicely. Okay, put like a kitchen scale. We'll leave this counter open so they can cook on it. We'll leave the apothecary table open, obviously. I'm thinking some stuff, like maybe even this wallpaper could go all the way around the room. I like the wood. And we could put the wallflowers inside. I haven't seen this yet because I haven't played yet, but there's like pressed flowers you can make, which is kind of cool. Oh, there's another glitch. Sometimes I've noticed that the plant pots, it does this weird thing. Look, when I put it in my inventory, it says that there's 2 items. So like there's this glitch where sometimes the stuff will disappear. Oh, I should have put a telescope outside. That could have been nice. Maybe I'll put it in the front yard. Well, they can actually use these plants and like water them on this shelf. So we can put some stuff there for them to use. Oh, maybe the grandma could have like this magical tree bookshelf, because that's kind of cool. I can put this little wooden bookshelf in the corner. Whoa, fungi chandelier? Oh my gosh. I actually haven't used that yet. That's new to me. Well, this is kind of like a cute little side table, so I put some more plants on it. Maybe I should paint all the walls. Oh, my plants again. That's so annoying. It like replaced every plant that was in the room. when I put wallpaper in. Look what it did now. It like glitched that to the floor. Oh my god. I really do find this game like so frustrating sometimes. I think I'll use the green on this. It's kind of a different shade of green than I wanted, but oh well. I like this shelf by the door because I feel like that kind of makes up for the fact that we can't fit a table. Does this come in any normal colors? Oh, great. Look at the clipping. This thing has weird shadows when you size it down. That's just perfect. Obviously, as I'm recording this, I'm still kind of like making up my mind about how I feel about the pack. I just haven't really played it much yet. All I've done is cast and make now 2 builds. When I've posted this video, I will already have a review and like I'll have played it loads. This is the first video that I'm recording, but it's not the first video that I'm posting. So I definitely have like way more thoughts that I've probably already uploaded to YouTube. But I think I'm a little bit disappointed in the build mode. And I hate to say that, like I am so sad that that's my reaction. And it's really not that it's bad. I think there's just a few things about it that I'm kind of finding frustrating, like specifically to do with swatches and stuff like that. I'm gonna make it all more of a warm light. Okay, this looks good so far. Did these go away again? Look, it's just a visual bug. See, that kind of thing, like that is so annoying to me. This one too. I knew they couldn't pull this off. The Sims 4 just can't do gardening. It just can't. Never has it ever successfully done gardening. I think I'm gonna put a couple of these little toys on the table because a family lives here and like the kids will probably be playing with them. And now I'm gonna do the bathroom. Should I do it just all mossy instead of tile? There's like this mossy corner tub. I don't really know if this will work. I have it clipping through the outside, but you can't really tell. Let me see if a Sim can actually bathe in this. Oh, I think he couldn't. Well, he's also holding a baby. That could be causing us problems. Let's see if you can. Oh man. Wait, that thing is blocking you. No, it's not. The kid was able to get inside the house. Let me just see if it's like floating in the room. I'm not gonna use it like this. I just wanna know. What do you mean you can't get in? How come she got in? What the heck? Oh, is it this? And she's shorter, so it's hanging lower. Oh, so she can get past it, but her parents can't because they're tall. I forgot that I had one inside. Let's see if he can get in now that I raised it up. Yes. Oh, and he can use it. Oh, okay. Problem solved. I do also have a little toilet, which is nice. So we can put that right there. There's a shower, which is also pretty nice. And of course, we know we have this sink. I am feeling a little bit like I'm just doing too much in this space. Like it feels a little bit silly. And I am aware that that's kind of the point. Like it's supposed to be silly and covered in plants. I guess I'm just kind of worried that I can't see myself using this that often outside of this specific scenario. Let me just copy the bathroom upstairs. We'll do the exact same thing. I gotta admit, I am kind of obsessed with this 2-story bathroom. That is pretty cool. Maybe I'll paint that wall a different color. Okay, that definitely helps. And let's start with the grandma's room because I think I'm most excited about that one. Oh, she's gotta move this over. She gets like magical, whimsical fairy bed. There's no nightstand, which is actually making me really upset too, but I'm trying not to think about it. So many little things about build mode that just like ever so slightly grate me. It's okay. She can have like a beautiful, whimsical mirror. And then we could also use this wallpaper inside of Granny's bedroom because like how cool is that? There's no TV in this house, but we will put a computer, I think. And we'll make sure we have at least one potted plant. They also have this like little kind of funky lamp. We could use that too. So this could be Granny's room. Maybe we do like infant, toddler, and then the child's room upstairs because that way the babies don't have to go up and down the stairs. I feel like that might be the right thing to do. Okay, well there is a crib. We can pick what color we want for it. I actually kind of just like the default color. They have like a little acorn nightlight. And I think that this rug has like some cutesy little kid pictures. Yeah, look, this one has a gnome on it. We have not really used the curtains yet. Weirdly, they kind of just don't come in the right colors, but whatever. I'm tempted to try this wallpaper. This is just a base game one. And then we have like this really cute little decor set we can put on the wall. And maybe this child could also have the fancy, whimsical bookcase. They can have a little teddy bear too. Okay, just a little nursery for an infant. Oh, you know what I just realized? We have to paint the ceiling, at least on the patios. What did you put in my inventory? These things again! Oh my God, I was so excited about these potted plants. That is so disappointing. It's fine. Let's just decorate the toddler's room. They also have a really adorable toddler bed and this like giant dollhouse. So I think I'll use them both, but I think I'm gonna do it in this like acorn green color. You know what would be real nice is the cottage living wallpapers with this. I feel like that would match really well. Obviously we don't quite have access to those right now, but eventually we will. And it's gonna be real nice when we do. This is like a little acorn shaped toy box. Maybe I'll put the other toys right next to it and we can have the acorn nightlight too. Okay, so there's there's the toddler's room. Ooh, let's get like the really fancy chandelier up here. That makes this hallway 10 times cooler, just like with that alone. Oh, it needs 2 lights still though. Okay, there is no single bed in this pack. I do find that a little bit disappointing, but I'm trying not to dwell on it too much. If anything, it's just an excuse for me to use a really fancy bed. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is have like this light pink and like light blue color theme. I guess it's kind of like more of a teal color. If we put the walls green, it might work. And I think that like the cheap base game furniture set will probably match pretty well. Maybe we can have a desk up here and then I can put that like flower pressing thing in this room so it's not blocking one of the dining table seats. You know what would be kind of cute for us to use is this little activity table for the kids. Oh, because I feel like that kind of tells a story of like maybe she wants to be like her grandma, so she's using her little kid science table, and then when she grows up she can try and use the actual apothecary table. Oh, that's actually really cute. I'm gonna put another one of these over here. I don't like the side of the house, but oh well. Let me scoot this way. And maybe I could try and do a mix of different leaves. No. Do I dare give this sim a houseplant? Like, will I regret that? Probably. I don't really like this leaf rug. That's like the one thing I haven't used yet too. I'm finding it a little bit hard to match to stuff. This is cute. Should I use this wallpaper again? No. Where was this one? It was this one. Okay. Should I use this wallpaper again? I don't want to use the same bed again, but I guess we could do more of like a green. So it's the same bed, but different color. And we can get some nice extra plants everywhere. I mean, the thing is, there's not that much furniture in this pack, so to a certain extent, like, it is gonna be the same stuff multiple times. Basically every house that we make with the pack is gonna look a little bit samey in that way. Well, let's put another computer up here so they've got access to more computer stuff, because this sim is supposed to be a writer, so he's gonna need space like that. And then maybe we could put some bookshelves in here as well. I like how this one looks kind of old. It's like kind of old-timey and fun. Maybe we could do like a reading nook type of chair. Okay, I think the house might be done. Let me just like zoom out and kind of show you around real quick. So this is what the outside looks like. Oh, look what it messed up. My trim. So to put that back, I'm gonna make this taller so I can access it. They also have this woodland knot floor trim. I guess we could have tried that instead of the mossy stuff. Oh, you hate to admit it, but that might be better because then I can still use the columns. Fine. Okay, whatever. I will find a place where I can use this mossy stuff though. Trust me, I will make it happen. But anyway, this is what the outside looks like. Around this way, we have like a little garden. There's a pond. There's a fairy house. Oh, this is messed up too. Did you see that? It did it again. 3 of my plants this time. 3 of them. Anyway, we have like a little back porch. I might even give them a grill back here. They probably don't need one, but it might be kind of fun just to have. We can get a little table for them too, so they can sit and eat outside. I did put a trash can and a mailbox, don't worry. And then when you come in the house, we've got like a living room and dining room kind of right by the front door. This is messed up too. Oh, it did it again. Oh my God. These ones are just like totally bugged. Deep breath. We have like the kitchen apothecary room in here. I really like this room. I think the tile is pretty cute. And then we have this bathroom downstairs, plus Granny's room, an infant's room, and a toddler's room. Oh, I didn't put a toddler potty. I guess I probably should have done that. I oftentimes will intentionally not use toddler potties, but I'll be brave today. Okay, and then when you go upstairs, we got a little hallway. We have the kids' room, and then we have the primary bedroom, and they've got an ensuite bathroom. So in total, it's a 5-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Probably not enough bathrooms for the number of Sims we have, but it's okay. It's like a whimsical old fairy cottage. It's gonna be weird. And now that this is done, I can actually go start playing with the pack. So I am very excited. By the time you watch this, that video is already up. So you can watch my like first playthrough initial thoughts. I'll link that down below. And obviously I'll post this on the gallery once the pack is out. So you can download it if you're interested. It does only use the base game and Enchanted by Nature. So it'll be easy to download if you buy the pack. Overall thoughts, now that I've done 2 builds, I really like the vibes of the build mode. I love the roof texture and like all of the exterior stuff. I'm disappointed in the lack of landscaping, and I'm kind of disappointed in the lack of like wall ivy. I wish we had a couple more options. I also kind of wish I had a couple more windows. I think we've got plenty of doors. Maybe a couple more windows and a couple more wallpapers might be nice. They're not bad. I like all of them. I just wish I had a little bit more variety to mix and match with stuff. More of my problems come in with the furniture inside. I feel like I'm kind of lacking in side tables. And it's a little bit hard because we have this mix of like outdoor stuff, you know, like this kind of bathroom stuff, and then like this sort of fairy style furniture. And I like them both, but they are kind of hard to pair together at times. I wish I had maybe like 1 more couch. I wish I had a single bed. I actually kind of wish that instead of this leaf rug, we had another size, or like another rug that's just plain and square, or maybe just like plain round, because I don't really know how I'm gonna use this rug very often. I'm kind of struggling with it, but maybe I'll find my groove and figure it out. The stuff is nice though. I like everything. There's not really a lot of items that I'm like, ooh, this is a little bit weird, I don't like it. Oh, I should have put a gnome. Let's do that real quick. Okay, sorry, now it's done. Now I'm gonna save and stop. I'm sure that I expanded on my thoughts a lot more in my full review, like after I've played the pack more, because again, I've only played this pack for like 4 hours now. By the time you see my review, I'll have played for like 20 plus hours probably, maybe even more than that. So I'll have a lot more to say in a more concise way. And I probably posted that like 2 days ago. So that's linked too. I'm gonna stop yapping. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. Thank you for watching. I will be live on Twitch tonight playing some more of this pack if you want to come by and watch. I'll link that down below too. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Oh, it is just so fun. The whole fairy cottage thing is so fun. Obviously, I'm gonna have a few things to be frustrated about, but overall, it is really, really fun.